Hi, this is Pause 11. My wife and I collect old books, especially old Bibles. And we purchased a Chinese Bible. This Bible was in the hands of a missionary to China. And inside this Bible was an article. And this article led to a song. I could not believe what I was reading because it hit me. I'm reading truth here. And here's the article by a lady in England. I saw the American film, The King of Kings. Now, this film, I think, went to England in the 1920s. I am speaking for myself when I say that in spite of the story being the greatest episode in the history of the world, it did not move me. This Hollywood film did not move her. The emasculate, spook-like figure of Christ, middle-aged and neither human nor divine, is not impressive. And I felt that were he to come amongst us today, many of the audience would have been the first to shout out, "Give us Barabbas." To men who have neither thought nor cared about the living God, this film may make an appeal. But to those who have, it is an affront. A friend of mine returned a few months ago from a visit to America. He had gone on an important British mission and was entertained with lavish hospitality in New York and various other prosperous cities. Much impressed by the good manners of the tradesmen, the bankers, the hotel managers, and his hosts, he said to an American of distinction, "I find your manners over here extraordinarily good. Wherever I go, I meet with nothing but civility." Now here's the key line. "That's so," replied the American. "But you see, we make a study of salesmanship." This was a candid and pathetic remark. The Americans make a study of salesmanship, but they are not the people to make a study of Christ. And I felt shocked on leaving the theater to think that England would have allowed a Covent Garden Christ to be presented in London. Of course, this is not the total story. This is this one woman's impression having seen a film, a Hollywood film, The King of Kings. But I thought this is a subject we should discuss today. Okay, I understand. It's a one-way thing going here. But you can always send me a note. This is an election year. We all know it. This is when every salesman and saleswoman is at their best. The news media, they lead the charge. They've got a dog in this fight, and they're going to do everything to spin the story. But all the parties, Republican, Democrat, Independents, they all have their pitch people out there. Nobody's particularly worse at this than the other. We as citizens have to be very, very careful. Know that from morning to night, somebody's trying to get into your brain and convince you, to sell you on their idea. Now, these people don't love you. They don't particularly care for you. They want your vote. They want your money. Okay? We all know this, but sometimes we forget. They're so good that you actually begin to believe they love you. No. Now, Jesus loves you. That I do know. And I'm not even going to say I love you, because that just wouldn't be right, because I don't know you. But I do know Jesus, and I know he loves you. So I had an artist do a picture of this super salesman, okay? Here he is. We run towards this salesman. His beautiful words. We want to be liked by him. We want to be loved by him. We want to give him money. And we're not just talking media here. We got preachers out there that are out there saying, my goodness, if you buy me an airplane or you give me money, oh my goodness, the heavens doors are going to open and you're going to be flooded with gifts from heaven. Debts will be freed. Please. These are just no different. They're salespeople. But it's even worse because they're using Christianity and using God to make a buck. Please, don't believe it. Now, what's interesting, this piece of art that you're going to see, or you're seeing right now, behind it is this machine. It's the data collection center. These are the people that are scanning your brain as you walk down the street. Look at your buying behaviors, what you're thinking, what you're doing. They want to get to you because they make a lot of money off of advertising. You see, just believe me. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, none of these. These are machines. They don't love you. And I'm not saying machines aren't very helpful during this very difficult time we're living through. Those machines have really helped us connect with family and so forth. So I'm not putting them down. I'm just saying they don't love you. They're machines. Okay? So that article, which I just read to you earlier, led to a song I wrote. I'm just going to end it with that song sung by, sorry, what? Thomas, sorry. I'm having one of those senior moments. Thomas Gabriel, Johnny's oldest grandson. I wrote the song and he sings it fantastically. And it's called Everything Must Be Sold.
In the shadow of a corner store, as the night was growing cold, I heard an old man crying out, everything must be sold. That make this world go round, everything must be sold. The dollar, euro, yen, and pound, everything must be sold. Whiskey, watches, wool, and war, everything must be sold. To the Saudi prince and the man next door, everything must be sold. everything must be sold. Big profit selling what was free, everything must be sold. Adoring fans around the stage, everything must be sold. The latest idol of this age, everything must be sold. Love is just a fairy tale when everything must be sold. The virgin lamps began to pale, everything must be sold. Marchers wake the drummer boy from his rusty grave. Raise the world but lower the flag, everything must be sold. Everything must be sold. Amazing grace cannot be bought, and grace cannot be sold. You gain the world but lose your soul. Everything must be sold.